Right, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hi, right, tell me now, is it working? I've swapped everything over to the my other computer, and I'm trying to see now if it's all working.
It is now. 10 services on the printer.
Very low on audio. Hold on then.
Supply. Engine replaced on 138,000 miles. That's recorded on the service history.
Right. I can pick the microphone up. And put it in front of me. So, although I've got no camera on this one, yeah, all sorted, but I got no camera. That doesn't work. Whilst I was doing all that, the front door bell went, and postman's just delivered me a cam to go on it, which I haven't opened yet. So we've just about made it back in time for the ambulances. There is only 4 of these this week. When she says they're automatic, they're all automatic. 99% of them are automatics. The buses and that don't tend to be auto, but right, I don't know whether you all knew about those 4 box vans that no, there were the 2 box vans last week. They both sold, and they were immediately straight onto eBay, and they sold for 1,800 or 2 grand, and they went straight on eBay for 3.5 grand plus VAT. And they went all the way down South Devon. Go on. It's cheap. Yeah. I can't remember what the that's right. They were £1,200 on the weren't they? The list saying what they wanted for them. There's hardly any rust whatsoever in these. They are quite good. Well, that's pretty good. Yeah. 13. At 1,300, at 1,300 now. 1,400. At 1,415. Oh, I miss having the camera on board. I like to see myself on the screen. At 1,516. At 1,600. Bid at 1,600. At 1,600 now. 1,600. Yeah. 50. 16. 17. Yeah. Try another. 50. 18. 18. Yeah. They don't normally go much more than 2 grand anyway. So she hung on to that too long, I think. But I did like the one. They hadn't properly disconnected all the wiring and everything. And when I opened the door, it said, "Please mind the step. Battery was flat. The bloody van was talking to you." If you could get it for the 500, that would be bloody great, wouldn't it? $1,100. The next one will go for quite a lot because it's the last one. At 1,700 now, 1,700, 1,800, at 18 bid, at 1,800 now then, it's going to be sold at 1,800, at 18 then, hammers up, sold away at 18. Yep, that's the average then, that they're getting 18. This one might go more because he is the last one.
Lower miles are not warranting it. Offset policy. MOT September.
So my setup at the moment, I've been trying to move it all onto this computer eventually, because this computer's in the house. I have the laptop in the conservatory when I'm out there. So, but it hasn't got a PC cam on it, you know, webcam. So I've just bought one, and it looks like it's arrived this morning. Again, too late. Because I just wouldn't have time. Well, I think to use this OBS programming, you've got to turn it off to install items. Oh, and by the way, a little bugger's cut my fuel pipes again and nicked me diesel. So I've disconnected it all now and run it all inside the van.
Again, same terms apply for these, plus the VAT, 15 in a way, 1,500, 1,500, £1,000, come on, start me surely.
See, I told you that last ambulance, he went for the 24 because he was the last one.
700, 800, 9 bid.
The first goes for a lot, and the last goes for a lot.
12, 13, 14. At 1,400 now, 1,400, at 1,400 bid, at 1,400 in the hat then, at 13 then Hannah.
Sorry if you can hear me rattling, I'm trying to get the PC cam out of the wrapping.
Lot number 87, September 1262, the full transit 350, it's a tipper, 77,000 rounds on the clock here, MOT till October 19, V5 is here with us. Only 2 owners on the log, plus the VAT, it is then 6,000, 6,000 on the tipper.
These pickups always fetch a lot of money because they're workhorses.
4,000, 4,2, 4,4, 4,6, at 4,6 for the 4,6, at 4,6 now at 4,6, at 4,6 bid in the hole it is, at 4,6 bid, at 4,600 then hammers up, last call, provisional at 4,6.
Oh, provisional at 4,6.
Lot number 88, May 08, 08 plate, is a full transit 280, it's a medium roof van, 76,000 warrants on the clock. We've got V5 is here showing 2 owners, it's in red, mix a change, plus the VAT then, start with 2,000, 2,000, 1,500 in a way, come on, £1,000 surely, 8 bid at 8, at 800 now, 800, 900, 1,000, at 1 bid at 1, at 1,000 now, 1,000, at 1,000 now, 1,000 bid, at 1,000 now, 1,000, look at the miles, at 1,000 bid at 1,000, at 1,000 then hammers up, last call, weigh-ins in at 1,000. Lot number 111, out the rental company to us, March 15, the Volkswagen Transporter, it's a 228 diesel, it's a Highline van, 58,000 warrants on the clock here, V5 is one owner only, out the rental company, 2 services, it lasts at 43,000 miles, MOT till March, and a 6-speed we're told, plus the VAT then, 12 Starmy, 12,000, 11,000 Starmy then.
This hasn't sold for sort of 3 weeks, is it 2 weeks, 3 weeks running now?
94, 96, 98.
This came from the War Museum in Scotland. It came in as a group of 3, long wheelbase minibus, medium wheelbase minibus, and this one provisionally sold again. Ooh.
Lot number 112, March 13 on the 13, the full transit custom is a Tornado diesel 2.2 TDCI low roof 8-seater, 42,000 warrants on the clock, 4 services on the printout, MOT September V5 with
This is that black custom, isn't it? This was a quite nice looking van.
Plus about it is Starmy then 8,000, 8 bid, and 8,000 now, 8,000, 8,2.
Again, this has been in 3-4 weeks running, and it's not selling.
8,6, at 8,6 now, at 8,6, at 8,6, bid at 8,6, it's an 8-seater, at 8,6 now, at 8,6, at 8,000.
So in advance, I'll apologise again this morning for all the hassle with the camera and the computer. I don't know what went wrong with that.
113 we go, March 11 on the 11 is the Vico Daily 35S13, it's a diesel tipper with that cage on the back, 142,000 warranted on the clock, MOT till August, V5 with 1 owner, plus the VAT, it is 3 to go, 3,000, 2,000, start.
These are right if somebody's got a Luton body to swap and put on it and convert a Luton body.
13, at 13, bid of 1,300, at 1,300, now 14.
And the trouble is they've had a lot of stop start. It would worry me a little bit with all the stop starting they do. So I should have thought eventually they'll want to start a motor.
At 17 bid, on the net now, 1,800, at 18 bid at 18, at 18 in the hole now, 1,800, at 18 bid, you bid it? At 1,800, at 18.
I don't normally plug Brightwells. I mean, I'm only doing this because I know what it was like when I wanted to buy a van. I couldn't find one, and this is just purely to help you lot out. But Brightwells have got a dozen or more auctions throughout the country. Their other main one is Banbury or Bicester. It's either Banbury or Bicester. It's over that way anyway. And there's also another one in Hereford, which is more agricultural. They sell tractors, mowers, lorries, lorry trailers. I mean, you can check on their website. They have got these auctions all over the country. There is another auction house 5 mile away from me. Hiya, Dave. It's alright, we've had trouble this morning. I forgot what I was going to say now, Dave. That was your fault. I don't know how long you've been up on that. I've had trouble with the computer again. That's why you got no camera. Everything else is working now. I've got to swap computers again. Excuse me. Woodbines. Yeah, yes, Dave. Do you know, it's such a coincidence. Like, first of all, the laptop, it wasn't transmitting any sound on either the web or the microphone, but the camera was working. Then the second camera packed in, so I only had the laptop camera. So I, because there was no sound, couldn't sit there and watch it. You got to have the sound. So I swapped everything over to the other computer and restarted the stream, and so I got no camera. So you haven't got to look at my ugly mug, and you can't see me picking my nose. This is the one with all the dents and that in it. I don't know why they're wanting so much for it, because it is real big dents in the one side of it. This looked quite tidy. I think it'd make a tidy little camper. Well, I say little camper, it'd be a tidy big camper.
That's just the council's policy. Till February 19.
So the next one, the Peugeot, I want to see what that fetches.
Penalties expired.
I rushed down. I was late getting up this morning. I rushed down. I was in the shower and I dried most of my bits before I come into the kitchen. And I even had a shave for you.
At 2,600, then at 2,600 bid. At 2,600 now at 2,600. At 2,600 then hammers up.
No.
Score weighing down at 2,600.
I never have had an appearance fee.
At the council church, 117 we go. May 08 on the 08, the Peugeot Boxer 335 Alpha.
No, I did have the other. I want to see what this van fetches. This van is the one I want to see fetch it. No wheel arches in the back and rusty. but I want to see what she fetches. Yes, the washing up is done. Trouble is, there's no way I can show you now. I will. I'm going to take a picture and I'm going to email it to you, man. They pinched me bloody diesel again. Not last night, night before, Dave. Cut me bloody pipes again. I've stopped them. All the pipe work's inside now. Let it go, because it's rusty. Nobody would have noticed if they hadn't taken that inner panel out and taken all the seats out.
The full transit diesel is a 17-seater minibus, 124,000 warranty on the clock. MOT till February 19. V5 is here. Turn away, 2,000, 1,000 pound of start, we come 1,000 bid, at 1,000, 1,100, 1,200, 13, 14,
I wanted to stick 240 volts through the pipe work with a wire down the side of it. That's what I want to do. I'll just plug them into the inverter, like, leave the inverter on all night and run a cable down the side of it. That'll light them up. 15, I would have let it go at 15. For 2002, yeah. Quite a few people are after one of these as well. These, this is the Citroen Dispatch, but it's also the Mercedes Vito. But this is the high top one. It's like a Brettmobile, but taller. I tell you what. I'm going to stick my kettle on. I've got my cup of tea ready. I'm going to pour myself a cup of tea. Mileage incorrect.
500, no, I 2, but at 2, at 200, 300, 400, 5, at 5, but at 5, 600, at 6 now at 6, at 600, bid at 600, 700, at 7 now, at 700, bid.
It ain't going to sell for that, is it?
Now at 700, at 700, 8 on the phone, get out on the internet, 8 on the phone, at 800, on the phone now, 900, at 9, bid at 9, we're standing, at 900 now, at 900.
I think it's a private entry, this one. Usually with a private entry, they get try and get as much as they can for it. In your basket, go on. Move. In your basket. Move. I think the dog knows that on Thursday I'm buggering off. I'm going up the Peak District with Camper Van Tails and One Man in His Whippet and Gadget John and all that up there. And I think the dogs know because I ain't taking them. My little bitch, her heart's playing up a lot. It's alright, I'm waiting for the kettle to boil. I'll read the comments in a second. I've taken the microphone over to the kettle. Listen. Oh, look at that. Deadly. Deadly. How much did it go for? 1,700. And it's sold, yep. It's a lot more than I thought it would go for. If anybody's interested, I've had another five mugs delivered. When I say delivered, the person that I have my mugs, t-shirts and that off is only 2 doors down from me. So I still plug John's print shop because he does run a bloody good service, especially if you don't want to mess about with all the postage and everything. John's print shop will do it all for you and then give you the commission. Well, I've got that many different types of mugs. She'll do anything as long as I give her the photograph. Sometimes she scans it in. There. Right, now I can read. I saw a man walking around the market. in Saudi Arabia.
July, V5 is still one owner. Alloy wheels, roof rack, and a 6-speed plus a VAT, then 4,000,
1 euro appeal.
2,000, 2 bid at 2. At 2,000 out, 2,000.
We'll fetch that one up, Dave.
2, 4, 2, 5, 2, 6. At 2, 6 bid at 2, 6, 2, 7 now.
Hello, old school.
At 2, 7 now, 2, 7.
I didn't realise that you were on.
And then hammers up. Last call, weighing done at 2. 8, internet. At 2, 8 bid at 2, 8. At 2, 8 now at 2, 8. At 2, 8 Ben hammers up. Provisional at 2, 8. We'll ask the question on the net.
Well, that's a quiz. That's a quiz question, isn't it? Because I mean, I'm running a live stream using my desktop computer. We've got the laptop sat next to me. Oh, I know what she. Oh. I thought she was mucking about with it all then. Oh.
Just make sure it's up online for you.
That's not a Renault Traffic. Squeeze me. That's not a Renault Traffic.
We don't have a logbook. If we get anything, we'll send it on. If not, you'll have to apply, okay? So, 5 and away, no VAT, no that, 5 and start me, 500, 500, 200.
What am I bidding for?
Come on, 200, 100 bid at 1, at 100 now, 100, 150, 200, at 2 bid at 2, at 200 now, 200.
I don't know whether we're bidding on this one now because she's mucked it all up. Because the what you call it isn't moving.
In we go with the vans, smaller vans and the smaller commercials. Lot number 141 out the police in front of me now. It's November 8 on the 58 plate.
Yeah, it stopped the streaming because I'm still on lot 121. And we're on 124 now. So I'm just going to refresh it. Don't blame me if it doesn't come back. Because that's it, I've lost the bloody sound. Yeah. Bloody sound's gone on that now. That's Brightwells' site, that is, that does that. It's possibly because there's so many on there. Yeah. Bear with me whilst I go back and restart them again. But thank God that there wasn't that many vans this week.
Minimum fee suppliers got brake problems to tow.
There we go. They were having trouble starting this one when I was there yesterday. She did start. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you're late again, Pebbles. It's nearly over. Oh no, how much the Iveco bus went for? I can't remember. Yeah. That one, that silver one was a Brett van, is it? Oh right. Is it? You get a big. I was going to call him a Lund Pollard then, but you get a big bloke like that in a little tiny van like that? No. No.
At 4 bid at 4, at 400 now, 400 in red, at 400 bid at 400, at 400,
I wish you were coming up this weekend, Dave. Could have done with a session.
Last score, sold away at 400.
If it didn't sell, old school, people can phone up later on this evening, or later on this afternoon when the sale's over, and you can bid offline for it. They'll tell you what they want. You make an offer and they'll ask the customer if they'll accept it. It's a big bus, mine, Pebbles. It is a big van. Hello, Matthew. You're late again.
It's a professional van, 77,000 warranty on the clock. 4 services on a printout. V5 is here with us, plus a VAT.
Well, swap vans with Brett. Let Brett stay at yours for a couple of days. And come on up. Because Brett's only up the road from you.
Down below, at 24 bid, at 24 then, hammers up 25, internet, 26, 27, 28,
try on the weekend. I think we're going to try for a four-way live stream all at the same time. Don't know, it might happen, it might not. I've been saving my my data for it anyway. I've been trying to save all my data up. It would. It'd take him an hour to walk from the front to the back, wouldn't it?
Lot number 136 out of hire company, October 1060 boxer combo diesel 1700 1.3 CDTI van, 106,000 rides on the clock, MOT till January 2020.
Put it this way, if you'd already got the shower and the toilet in there, he'd definitely abuse that. He'd get lost in the shower, he would. Well, there'd be more room in your shower than there is in his van.
900, at 9 but at 9, at 900 now, at 900 bid, at 900 then, hammers up, last call, provisionally sold at 900.
Well, that's it, that's all the little van's gone. I'm sorry.
His number is 293 today, if that helps.
Now we're into the 4x4s again, so now I don't have to concentrate on that so much now, so I can just turn that down just a tad.
Right, morning
Oh,
all.
her voice is broken again. There, so I can put the microphone down. So at least the new PC cam has got a camera and a microphone in it, so I can get away without having all that on. I can concentrate. I'm sat here in front of the laptop now, staring at the laptop screen with the live chat on it. So I can see what you're saying now. Shh, he's here. No, he's not. Hi, Brett. Hello, Brett. I didn't say that about you, Brett. Honestly. I didn't say it. Dave, if I did, Dave made me say it. You know me. What I'm thinking I say. Well, it's been a right muck up today. Lost all the camera and the microphone and all the sound on the first stream, and then put it over to the other stream. No camera, got the microphone going though. So at least it was you, Dave. Don't listen to him, Brett. It was him that said that about you. I would never say nothing like that. How's the van build going, Brett? We haven't seen a van yet. And have you racked out your studio?
11.2, 11,002, quickly taps, at 11.2, 11,002, well our same last call, provisional 11.2, HP.
Yeah, no, studio. You said studio. It's got to be a studio. I didn't think you were allowed to do that.
173, July 09 Defender, County, hardtop here, TDCI 103,000, on the clock to warranted, and 5 services in history.
I've lost all my things now. Hi, chat. No, not hi, chat. How do I get bloody chat back up? I've gone and bloody done that now. How do I get chat? Show chat.
Again, in your hands, 12, 10,
keyboard.
9 bid,
I've lost all the chat now, so I don't know what people have said.
10,000, 10, 2,
well,
10, 2, 5 in the middle.
Somebody say something so I can see what you're talking about. I've lost the chat. Oh, I ain't bloody computer illiterate, am I? I ain't got a clue what I'm bloody doing. See, I'll say something. Hi, all. Oh, I got it all back. It's all came back. Shower or no shower? Shower. It's a room that doesn't get used very often. It's all day. It's a waste of space, a lost space, until that 5 minutes that it takes you to have a shower. Happy Valley's gear up. Yeah, I'm not jealous of his garage. Why would I be? I've got 2 of my own. Absolutely rammed full of junk. But mine are steel containers. Man, it's bloody cold and wet in there.
175. Double cab rodeo. Denver. And it's a March 848.
I've lost the plot. I lost the plot a long time ago. A long time ago, I lost the plot. These 4x4s now fetch a lot of money.
2, 3, 4 on the left, 2, 5. 2, 5 bid no, 2, 6 orbiter, 2, 6, 2,600, 2, 6 quickly.
Whose van's broken down? Brett, your van's broke down?
2, 8,
Why?
9, 3, 3, 9,
Well, if you knew that, it wouldn't have broken down, would you?
3001, 3, 1, outright, 3, 1, quickly tops.
No.
3, 1, we'll ask the question, it's provisional.
No.
3, 1 provisional top row.
Fuel pumps, big job.
Shelley, please, sir.
Yeah, I hope you're part of the garage, mate, and you can plug in their electric.
176, main dealer entry.
Yeah, you might have problem getting to sleep on the top of the ramps when they lift you up.
TDCI diesel here. Miles not warranted, main dealer entry. 5 services, last one was.
Have you got breakdown recovery, Brett? Did they pull you back in?
2 owners on that registration document. There you go, press EAT and start me then. Where do you want to be?
Piss in diesel out.
8,000 bit of go, 8 bid, 8
Right.
2 on the left.
I don't normally
8, 6
pump
in the
diesel
sun,
out like that.
8, 6,
You should have said I would have bought that one on eBay, on Brightwells a minute ago. They had one of your vans on there.
8,006, hammers up. 8, 6, last call in at 8, 6. 8,
Yeah.
lots 177 out to United Rental Group.
Is that me, Matt, or
You've got a range now,
or Brett?
diesel TDCI limited double cab, November 17, 13,000 on the clock here. Warranted miles. And
Yeah, do us a video and have a look. I'll have a look.
From them, limited spec, black alloys.
Because they don't normally, even if they do go, they don't pump out bloody diesel.
15 start me.
I reckon you might have just got a split pipe lead into it or something like that.
15-4, 15-6 at the back, 15-8, 15-8, you're right, 16, 16 bid here, 16.
Fuel pump is €80. Ah, well, we're pound sterling over here. Thanks, Rick. Your daughter can swap it.
At 16-2, last call in, but with you, at 16-2, provisional. Just here. Got a number, sir?
Yeah, I was going to say, they just stopped working normally.
Hundreds of pockets. Lovely, 74. Just come and see Shelley on the corner here, or Becky will look after you. Lot number 178. 178, June 12, Defender 90 hardtop TDCI.
Right.
43,000 on the clock here, Warren.
I'd be under there, Brett, checking to see that it's not a the pipe is split going to it. And, or the, the olive's gone on it or something like that. Mind, we've had some cold weather. It could have weakened it. Check your pipes. I'd rather see you buying a new pipe than a new bloody pump, mate.
In your hands here, 20, 18, 16 start me. 16 bid, 16,000 bid I got, 16 bid, 16-2, middle, 16-2, 5, 8. 16-8 glasses.
It's incredible.
17-2. 17-2.
Did it break down on the road, Brett, or it just did it first thing in the morning when you started her up?
At 17,800. At 17,800. 17,008 now quickly. At 17,800. At 17,008.
Yes, me.
At 17,800. Right-handed user.
What makes you think I should be in asylum?
Close enough. Needs to be more that.
Yeah.
179 L200 DIT for life. Single cap. 33,000 warranted miles here, and the MOT is February 2020.
Yep. Clogged up diesel with dirty diesel, of course, it clogged it up.
There we are to start me then. Where do you see this in your hands? 10, 8,
I've also seen them, the little hole in the fuel cap. I've seen those little fuel caps, the hole in the top of those, block up, and I've seen them implode the tank. The tank is crushed. It's not very often the pump spurts out diesel. Very, very, very. Was it a base station? No, pouring out. Right. But did it still start after that, Brett, and you was able to drive it off? Yeah, it's called a petrol pump. That's what it is, you put petrol in instead of diesel.
3 services, last one June 18, last year, MO2 September the 19th. Logbooks here, 2 owners, no VAT on the pickup. There you go then, starting here, 5.
I'd go Ford every time because of the cheaper parts.
3,000 bids here, bid 1, 2, no VAT, 3, 3.
I wouldn't go Mercedes. Just way too expensive on the parts for them.
3,600.
Yeah, it still drives, so it's not the fuel pump, mate. You've got a split pipe under there somewhere.
At the back right now, at 3,600. Last call in.
I am nuts, mate. I got a certificate for it. Yeah.
181 is a Ranger for the cab here now. And this is a September 10.
And of course, 40 years ago when I got divorced, I had a nervous breakdown then, so I ended up in the loony bin. And I only went into the loony bin because I ate 7 bells of shit out of a copper. And they told me to go in voluntarily and not get away with it. So I did. But he picked on me first.
2, 6, 7, 8, top row, 2, 8, 9, 2, 9,
He a big bugger too, and his knuckles were dragging the floor.
2,900, at 2,900, hammers up, gentlemen, at 2,900, 2,900,
I'm quite surprised that anybody's watching this.
182, Land Rover 110, this is a station wagon diesel. April 83 registered, mileage is warranted.
Yes, I used to be a right little sod in my earlier day.
At 64,000 warranted. Thank you.
I've calmed right down now. It's having to bring 3 children up on my own. Now I've got 7 grandchildren, and I got informed last week. Yeah, poor little wife. I tell you what. Okay then. She's yours. She's yours. You can have her. Everybody else has. Yeah, what was I saying then? Yeah, oh yeah. I was informed midweek last week that I am now going to be a great grandfather. I'm only bloody 27. Fiddle out. Yeah, I'm going to be a great granddad. God. I can't believe that. Can't believe that. Fair dues, I expect her to be pregnant a lot earlier. She's, what, nearly 19 now, so...
And, plus VAT, commercial, yeah. There we are then. Off we go, 5,000, 4, 3, 5, start it. 3, 5 bid, 3, 6, 3, 7, 3, 8, 3, 9, 4,000. 4,000 bid, 4,000, at 4,000 pound bid now, at 4,
yes, mate. It cost me, was it around about the £8,000 mark as well when I hit that copper, because when I hit him, I put him straight through the window at McDonald's in Hereford. And I had to pay for a security guard all night, and the replacement of the glass. But because I went in voluntarily to the loony bin, I got away without getting nicked for hitting the copper. I can still see it now. It all happened in slow motion. Wow.
There we go then, started away.
Great Grandpa Kev. Yeah. They call me Gaga. They don't call me Granddad. They always call me Gaga. I don't know why. One ball Jackie Chan. No, he hit me first. I didn't kick him. Didn't kick him. And only didn't have fly backwards though. I think his feet came off the floor. I was young and fit then, though, bloody 40 years ago.
So 201 is the next one now. This is out of United Rental Group. This is
now I'm old and wrinkled.
Titan double cab here now. 31,000 on the clock. 31,000.
And if brains was dynamite, I wouldn't have enough to blow me nose.
Last one, February 19. So just the beginning of the month. Logbooks here, one owner, and offered press VAT here. Then there to start it when you see it. 15, 13.
I like this. I don't know why, but I got more viewers watching this than I did watching the sale. Whether they're still watching the sale. Hiya, Stefan. Didn't see you up there. Time to switch on, yeah. I didn't see you up there. I have got my glasses on. So you coming up, Brett, you coming up to Camper Van Tales do this weekend coming? It's in a pub, campsite on a pub, 20 quid for all weekend, and it's in the pub. One man and his lickets come in. Expensive Gadget John's come in. Did you get free? No, I didn't. I didn't get a free breakfast. And the hospital food wasn't that good either. Morning, Simon. You're late on parade. Hi, Rick. We watching the prices. Oh, right. That's okay then. That's all right. Childish chap to chatting away. What auction? Yeah. I like it. I like it. Somebody told me there was an auction on today. There is another auction house 5 miles away from me, but they're sort of that's Kingston Car Auctions, but they're sort of the place. They you take the car there. It's on a Thursday. You take the car there for the auction. They don't take them there and leave them there, and they don't have all these service vehicles there either. Really, Kingsland is just dumping ground to South Wales. It don't matter where you go in South Wales, Kingsland's only in sort of 3/4 of an hour to an hour away. Oh, you just crawled out of the pit. I was late getting up this morning. Yeah. I sat up for quite some time last night because I tell you what, where the vans went. The vans are always first, and the sale starts at 11 o'clock. So all the vans are gone. There was, 18 vans again this week. Very, very low poor count this week. Yeah. It was all over a week ago. 7 bid, I got 7,000 bids here, 7 bid, here 2, 7 2, 4, down 6, 7 6, 7 8, 7 8,000 bid, 8,000, add 8 off the bid now, 8 2, of course, the other thing, I ain't got no videos or anything lined up on this other computer to be able to put videos on, or I lost my bloody mouse. Where's my mouse? Oh, wrong one. Shout if I'm missing you, hammers up then, provisional at 8. Yeah, there's... Thank you, sir. 86. Just come to the end of the rostrum, thank you, sir. Oh. Right. 206, main dealer entry, August 08. A Ranger Thunder double cab here. 118,000 warranted miles and logbooks with this. So press VAT. Oh, look, I can't even do it like that. 1,200 bid, 1,300. 1,300 only. 14, why? 16. Red coat, 1,600 by 17. Yeah, 18, I can get it go like that. 1,800, out bottom row, 1,800. Do that. At I ain't playing with it no more. It went bloody wrong last time and I ain't doing it again. I would watch the food in the hospital. Yeah. They even asked me in there, because it was a loony bin, if I wanted some wacky wacky. Have I got enough? I said, well, I don't bloody smoke it.
Last one in November 11, early doors. Logbooks here. Yep. And the load liner alloy side runners on the Denver Max. Plus 302 to go. You tell me. I don't mind. 3 2 bid I got. 2,000 bid, 2 bid. 2 got. 2 1. 2 2 here.
Yeah. It's I mean, a final price. I could do a video like that, but the research in that, and I mean, I'd have to concentrate on it and write it all down as they sold. It's a big video. It's a lot of editing, that. A lot of editing. And what the final prices would be. It could be done, but if Brightwells was paying me to do it, I would have done it. Yeah. Brett, you've been off for a long time. Okay, mate. Thank you. Thank you for coming in and saying hello. We're missing you already. And I bet you as soon as you've gone, Dave will start talking about you again. I bet. Simon, the vans went at 11 o'clock. Yes, there was 18 of them altogether. The majority of them sold. But again, my short memory span is very, very short. So I wouldn't have a clue what they fetched. Yes, you bad Dave. Right. Brett's gone now, Dave. You could talk about him. What did you say? What were we saying before he rudely interrupted us?
No, 210, sorry. 210 is a Land Rover Discovery 3, June 07. Diesel 2.7 V6.
We usually get a shout off Fire Angel as well this time of day. I'm missing her already. I want her to be my future ex-wife.
Logbooks here. Cam belt replaced in April 17. Got a bill for that. And the differential was replaced in January this year. There we are then, off to go.
A co-part? What's a co-part? But you need a license. There. I don't know, mate. Did I check out the co-part? No. I didn't. Quite honest, Rick, I don't really understand that question. Like, I used to get the Parker's Buyer's Guide book, but of course, because I've been out of the trade, I just never bothered renewing it. So I don't know what the price ranges are anyway. I just know a bargain when I see one.
Last call. Hammers up. Provisional at 4,000. The lady just said. 92. Just come to the edge.
But I am looking forward to this weekend. Meeting Keith and Daryl, Dave, in a pub. Of course, Keith and Daryl don't drink, so me and Dave will make up for it.
Was June 18, MOT August 23rd, logbooks here, 2 owners only. Start on a commission at 4,000 bid.
All right, yeah. We call those Parker books over here, and I used to have to subscribe to it when I was in the trade, but I never bothered. I don't really buy and sell. I don't buy and sell anymore. The only things I buy now are vans that I've been doing up and campering them. But I don't bother doing that much now. When the first one comes along with some pennies in her pocket. Joseph, I will let it go. The trouble is I keep adding to it. I go just put all those the fuel tank and everything in the van for the diesel heater and everything, because they kept cutting me fucking pipes outside, nicking me diesel. So I put a big tank inside now, and but you know, it's cost me a fortune. There's 200 watts of solar on the roof, 3 kilowatt inverter. Well, you've seen my van. I'm a bit like Gadget John. If it's a gadget, I gotta have it. There's another video coming out tomorrow morning. I put all courtesy lights on my doorsteps. When you open the doors, all the steps light up and things like that. Stupid things, but it's bloody handy in the dark. I'll put a video up that's scheduled to come on at 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. And if you've all read in the description below that I've opened up a channel especially for Brightwells, because come the summer I gotta have 1,000 subscribers before they'll monetize it. Even although these videos only earns around about 75p a month, I want to move it off this channel onto its own channel, so when I do start touring the country in a month or two, then I can save this channel for my own use, what it was intended for to begin with.
December 2013 registered, 51,000 warranted miles, and MOT 8 of September, logbooks with this, alloy wheels, tow pack, cruise control, main dealer entry. There you are, very clean inside, he start me off here, 15 bid, 15,000 bid, I got 15 bid, 5.
I don't know whether you've heard the new one. I've just done another new intro to my videos. In fact, the one tomorrow morning will be the new one. Yeah. Looks like a drunken sailor. That's because I've got pelvic cancer and I can't, it's affecting my hips. I'm a rotten, and I do sway down the car park when I'm walking down there. All the blokes there, they laugh at me because they say I waddle like a womble, little short legs. That's why I use the GoPro nowadays, because the GoPro's got stabilization, better stabilization, and it does stop that sway a little bit. I can honestly say that, I mean, there's 16 of you on here, that you all got to be watching the sales still. It can't be for the fact you all love me. Would I ever buy a car? Yeah, I got a Ford Galaxy Gear, the one with all the gadgets in it. Yeah, I very rarely use it. The daughter uses it more than me. I very rarely use it. I've often thought of taking all the seats out and because it is a big van, a big car really. Once all the seats are out, man, what did I say? I got 7'6" length in there. So I thought, and because it's the 2-litre diesel, on a run I get well over 60 to the gallon out of it. And it bloody flies as well. Cruise control, heated screen, heated seat, it's the gear, it's the top of the range. I won't have a car if it ain't got all the gadgets in it. Only 2 of us. Yeah, I know. It happens like that. It's only just below the screen there. I mean, you've got to be able to have the chat up. You've got to drop the screen. You only got to scroll the screen a little bit, and the like button's just below it. Give it a click. Give it a click. Because the trouble is, I got to. Okay, I know. Warranted miles, MOT 27th November, logbooks for this. Well, I'll all that except for the olive oil. There we go then, start me chaps, 4,000, 3, 2 bid, I got 2,000. You reckon it'll stop the growth cancer? Well, I do have a lot of that stuff, everything. I have my stuff fried in olive oil. I eat a lot of onions, a lot of garlic. Don't really drink apple cider vinegar. I always have malt vinegar, but
67 is it on that board? Thank you, sir. Just pop and see Shelley, thank you. 217.
You could go around the world with one shout, yeah.
2.2 T4 SE. 1,000 on the clock warranted here, 11 services.
Yeah.
Last one, 20,000 miles ago, May 17.
They reckon that, you're saying that, Dave, that the average Welsh sheep, right, produces enough methane gas to run a 7.5 ton, enough methane gas in a day to run a 7.5 ton truck 10 miles a day. And I say, yes, go ahead, but I think finding the fittings to stick up one of their asses to be able to propel it would be a problem.
218, got a Pajero now. Little
Pajero.
November 02, manufactured 93. Import.
Yeah.
2.5 diesel, miles not warranted, well, kilometres not warranted. MOT, January 2020. Logbooks here.
Cannabis, yes, I've tried cannabis oils and everything. Yeah. Every now and then I do have a wacky smoke some cannabis every now and then. Only when I'm in great pain, like, and it does take the pain away. No two doubts about it. I don't mind anybody using it for medicinal purposes like that, but not the way the kids smoke it and inject it around here.
600 tons of MOT. Last call at 6. Provisional at 650. 650. 650. 650. Another one. 700. At 700. At 700.
Dave, you get no better. You don't get any better. I get told hundreds of jokes, right? Some bloody good crackers, but I just can't bloody remember the things. No, some of them are dirty. Well, most of them are dirty. And I ain't allowed to say it on here. Right then, people. We've been on hour and 15 bloody minutes. Yeah, hour and 15 minutes. So I'm going to call it a day. I do apologise if anybody's watching this, but if you want to carry on watching this, go to Brightwells and bid online. Go to their website. Don't click the catalogue list. Click bid online and scroll down the page, and you'll come to where it says live. If you scroll down the page, it'll watch it live, and you can watch it on there. So I'm gonna love you and leave you all. Dave, I'll see you when I see you. Oh, I tell you what, Dave, we've got 2,000 ton of steel barn buildings going to Dagenham. So you never know. If they get me to do escort vehicle, you might see me. I might give you a shout and nip over, because you're only a few more miles down from Dagenham, aren't you? So I might nip down and see you then. But it all depends if they get me to do escort vehicle. Because there is a couple of old boys that are a little bit cheaper than me. Yeah, it's about 15 miles from you, Dave. I've looked you up. Yeah. And what do you want to go to the seaside for when you're already there? You threw a stone out of your bedroom window, out of your conservatory window. You did the water from there. Yeah, I will, Dave. I will. It's not 100% sure yet, but I know there's 2,000 ton of steel to go to Dagenham. And well, the worst one is there's about 700 ton to go to Cambridge, but I'm not telling Brett. I don't know whether I'll get that one either. Right, I'm going to call it a day. Yeah, her voice has just changed. Right, I'm going to go. I'm going to love you and leave you if I can find the right mouse to click the right button. And there will be a video on in the morning. I've got scheduled to come on at 7 o'clock. Just a little shorty. So I'll see you next week. Bye all.